Welcome to the Thursday night edition of End the Simpademic. This is Jason coming at you here, and I just had to clean my phone there for a little bit and realized that indeed camera phones can get a little foggy. And so got this all fixed, and now it looks like I'm ready to go. So I posted a video on my Twitter X page here today, and it is about women insisting on men being obsessed with them. And if you watch the video, you'll see just how ludicrous this all is. And I will say this much right now. A woman who is only looking for somebody who's absolutely obsessed with them is a simp magnet. That's all they're going to get is men who are just put them on pedestals, worship the ground they walk on, give them all their resources. These are the only types of men that these women will get. And if you're a simp right now, I would highly suggest you stop before you land yourself one of these, because it's not going to end very well for you at all. In fact, if you see that one of these women coming at you insisting that you be obsessed with them, I would run faster than Usain Bolt at an Olympic track away from this woman. And if you're not one, then you're probably good, because she's not going to want anything to do with you, given the nature of some of the women in this video clip that I have on my page. And you do not need to be obsessed with anyone or anything in life. And I would say you need to reserve that type of behavior for people who are real heroes and people who, I would definitely put my Lord Jesus Christ on that list. But even beyond that, heroes who really are worthy of that kind of adoration, very few and far between. That's why it's such a high pedestal to put somebody on. But if a regular 304 woman insists on you treating them like this, as I mentioned before, hopefully you've got some really good track shoes, because you're going to be running fast. And I highly suggest whatever Usain Bolt wears for shoes, you go with yourself. You don't need to get them gold plated. Obviously, that's probably the wrong message to be sending to some of these women. But obviously, if you're walking around with gold plated shoes, you're going to draw the wrong types of women anyway, because they're going to be wanting you for your money and your resources. So if you simp for women, this is what you're risking. This is the type of situation that you really put yourself in danger of landing yourself into, is getting with a woman who insists that you worship and just be totally obsessed with them, as the video shows. If you haven't seen it yet, please go back to my Twitter X page and check it out. I have it posted right there in full view. I don't have the equipment right now to be able to review these particular clips as I film. However, I'm probably going to get there, in fairly short order. I'm looking at getting a laptop that's going to allow me to film myself and then also make commentary on live film. With some software here, I'm going to probably reach out to a couple of YouTubers actually and see if I can get some help on how they do that. But anyway, this is just right now, don't be obsessed with any women. Don't be obsessed really with anybody at all. I would limit that to people who are worthy of that type of adulation. And again, those people are honestly very few and far between, and certainly not going to be just your regular 304 woman walking into your life. If they insist that you function this way, run. Just run as fast as you possibly can from them. And if you're not a simp type, you are actually protected from these women, because they are not going to want anything to do with you, which is actually a very good thing. So if you hold yourself in high regard, you have good self-esteem, you don't adulate or put anybody on a pedestal, this is actually one of the best defenses I can think of for this type of creature. And you will not wind up in one of these situations because they're not going to want anything to do with you because you know your worth and you know your value and you know that nobody is worth putting on that type of a pedestal or worshiping them or, as they say, being obsessed with them. It's not something that you want to have, and I would highly recommend that if you're not able to do this and if you just continue to put women on pedestals, there's actually therapy for that. I would recommend that you pursue that if you have it available to you, and because this behavior is not healthy. The behavior that I've made this channel to address is not healthy, and I think any therapist out there worth their salt is going to agree with me on this one. And I am going to leave it at that. And that is my point for tonight. Just don't worship or adulate any woman out there. They're not worth it. And if they insist on it, continue to act like a strong man, continue to function like that, and you won't attract any of these women, which again is your best defense. It's just to be a strong, confident man who has enough self-esteem to know that they don't need to worship any woman or worship any really other person alive today, and just leave it at that. So anyway, this is the Thursday night edition of End the Simpademic. I'll let you know if I find any more material out there. Leave in the comments if you're struggling or battling with any of this stuff, and I would be happy to personally take some time out of my days and help you with that. So again, I'm a man who is very confident in himself. I'm confident in my faith, confident in my God, confident in my career right now. Things are starting to slightly look up on that front. So I feel very good about that. And I think it's time for me to probably turn this down here and get some Thursday night football going. So I will be back tomorrow night. And if I find any more interesting materials, I will share them on my page and I will talk about them here. So appreciate anybody out there who's watching. My very small group of followers right now, but someday I hope to be much bigger than this. I just want to have better material and want to be a lot more consistent with this. Because, for anybody who was looking for an episode last night, I do apologize. I was just, my day job does exhaust me these days, and it takes a lot of energy out of me. But I like what I do, and I am very fulfilled in being able to help both my company and our customers in succeeding the best that I possibly can. So anyway, I will say toodaloo, 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 and get whatever shoes Usain Bolt wears. Don't paint him in gold, but just get whatever shoes that he has and get running if these women are on you. So anyway, peace out. I will talk to you tomorrow.